Hello and welcome to the Hot Dog and Handshake Pro Wrestling Show. I am your host, Jayden Ginswider. Joining me is my co-host, Shane Price. Shane, how you doing this week?
All right.
All right, this week for our collar and elbow question, I want to ask you, who is on the wrestling merch Mount Rushmore? So I was thinking about this a little bit last night. I have 3 locked in.
You mean it's gotta be single people?
See, I don't know. Okay, I'll give you my 3. Rey Mysterio. All the masks, all the shirts. Like, he's had a great merch collection, right? I think I had Rey Mysterio, like, sleeves when I was a kid. Like, yeah. It's a great one. I'm going to put CM Punk on there.
All right, we did it a lot differently here.
Okay, because I feel like almost every Punk shirt's been a banger. He does benefit from the fact that the Chicago flag is a great color scheme.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot. I can't think of a Punk shirt that I, like, hated. You know what I mean? They're all at least pretty good. And a lot of them are really, really good. Plus, I think I'm sure they've sold, like, Punk, like, X sleeves
They did.
and all kinds of other Punk gear.
I own them. They did.
Number 3, I'm going to go with the Bullet Club. The one Bullet Club shirt is one of the most iconic shirts of all time. And then each individual Bullet Club member has had their shirt that was also pretty good. Plus, you can throw in there have been good War Dog shirts, stuff like that. I think the Bullet Club.
Technically, the House of Torture's in there, and they make a pretty good merch for what they are.
Yeah. So I think the Bullet. So those are my 3 that I think are locks.
We took this in a way different direction.
Okay.
I
Who'd
went
you go?
specific.
Okay.
I think the Punk Best in the World shirt.
Okay. So you're going. Okay. Yeah.
I think the original Bullet Club shirt and the ECF and W shirt are my top. They're my 3.
Okay. If I'm going specific merch items and it's the Mount Rushmore, I think it's got to be Austin 316.
And yeah, also 216.
NWO, Bullet Club, and then let's see what did you say?
The Best in the World Punk shirt, the Bullet Club shirt, ECF and W shirt.
Yeah, I think I might throw ECF and W. I think it might be ECF and W, Bullet Club, Austin 316, and NWO. I think if we're going by, I think those are the 4 most iconic wrestling shirts.
Yeah.
But if you're going like full like guys or groups, who are you putting on there?
Punk, Bullet Club. I mean, I haven't seen a bad ECW shirt, so I guess I'll put ECW on there.
Okay, I went Punk, Bullet Club, Ray. I think you could go ECW.
And I definitely...
I think Sting had a lot of good merch.
Any Luchador.
Yeah. I think Ray specifically because of the crossover in the States and everything. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Cena doesn't have a terrible collection. He's had some good stuff. The Rock has had some good stuff. Yeah, that's just kind of what comes to mind. So yeah, I guess there's a Mount Rushmore in there somewhere. Kind of narrowing it down. I like Ray, Punk, Bullet Club, and then ECW as a company getting the 4th spot. On to the news. We got a bunch of injury news to start. First, from AEW. Juice Robinson pulled from the Continental Classic with an injury. He is replaced by Commander. Juice had only wrestled 1 match, so it was a loss. So Commander will just effectively have Juice's loss. And then he will continue the rest of the tournament in Juice's place. Good pick. Do you like the Commander pick?
I do. It's and his first match is a complete upgrade.
Yeah.
So I mean, I'd rather have.
Well, we gotta have a pin eater in there, and that's what Juice was gonna be, and that's what Commander is.
Yeah, but still, as a match, I'd rather have Ricochet Commander over Ricochet Juice.
Yeah. And then on WWE side, we have a full like Survivor Series injury report here. So first from the Triple Threat Intercontinental Title match, we will talk about Survivor Series in full later. But from the Intercontinental Title match, Sheamus cracked a rib. From men's War Games, we had Jimmy Uso break his toe, and Bronson Reed has an unspecified ankle injury.
He always broke both of them.
Yeah, the rumor is that he broke both of them. Nothing from WWE has been made official, but it's that he may have broken both of his ankles. So hopefully they all recover. I mean, those are 4 hitters right there. So, and Jimmy's already spent a lot of time on the shelf recently. So let's hope these guys can get back out there soon. From WWE, we have the next Saturday night's main event announced. It will be January 25th, 2025. That is the Saturday before the Royal Rumble. What do you think of that spot? And doing that?
I think it's a little too soon to Rumble.
Well,
Because they're not doing one in January.
Here's my thoughts. How many matches are going to be on the Rumble? 4 or 5.
Yeah.
Max, right? Saturday night's main event, you can have like an IC title or a US title match that's not going to make the Rumble. You can have, a women's tag match that might not make the Rumble. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So I think that's a pretty good spot. I kind of like that Saturday night's main event maybe being like the week before pay-per-view so that you can get more stuff. Just another place to land storylines. In other company news, the Hardys re-signed with TNA, so they'll be sticking around with TNA for a while. I think that's a good place for them.
I mean, I guess.
I think TNA is the best place in the current wrestling world for the Hardys to be.
TNA has and always will be the retirement home.
Yeah.
So.
And then the Young Bucks will challenge for the IWGP Tag Team titles at Wrestle Dynasty.
I'm a little concerned they might win it.
I'm not concerned they might win it, but I think they might win it, and I think it might be fun. Because they're obviously trying to avoid being an AEW.
Yeah.
So if they win the tag titles, and they hold the tag titles until Forbidden Door, that gets them wrapped back into AEW.
I can see it like that. Right? They go full time in Japan.
Full time in Japan for a little bit.
One last run.
Yeah.
I could get behind that.
Little excursion in Japan. I like that.
I see the vision.
Yeah. But speaking of Japan and tag teams, it's World Tag League time. We have been let's see, we've been following our guys. You got TMDK's Mikey Nichols and Shane Haste. I have from LIJ Shingo Takagi and Yota Tsuji. You want to talk standings first, or do you want to go into our individual?
I think we'll start with standings and then go into
standings. All right. So from the A block, right now on top we have 3 teams with 8 points, being Haruki Goto and Yoshihashi, which is Bishamon. My team, Shingo and Yota Tsuji, who I've been calling Dragon Blast. And then representing the War Dogs, Gabe Kidd and Sonata. They all have 8. With 6 points, we have Jeff Cobb and Callum Newman. And we have Chase Owens and Kenta from the Bullet Club. With 4 points, we have Shota Umino and Tomoaki Hamino, as I've been calling them. They got 4. Also with 4, Team DK, Zack Sabre Jr. and Ryohei Oiwa. And the Funky Sauce, Alex Zane and Rusuke Taguchi, also have 4 points. Over in the B block, the United Empire, the tag team champions, Great Okada and Hanare, have 10 points. The House of Torture, Ren Narita and Evil, have 8, as well as Toriyano and Bolton Oleg. And LIJ's Tetsuya Naito and Hiromu Takahashi. All those teams have 8. With 6 points, we have Team DK, your guys, Shane Hayes and Mikey Nichols. 4 points, Hiroshi Tanahashi and Yado. 2 points, the Natural Classics. And 2 points, just 4 guys, Taka Michinoku and Taichi. How have you been feeling about Nichols and Haste? What have we seen the last week?
I mean, it's an open
more than a week.
It's an open block,
mm-hmm.
So I'm not too worried. I don't like the record. I'll be honest. For a former tag team champions, I don't like it. But
6 points, yeah, 3-3.
But it's still anybody's game. So
I believe. Let me look here. You guys have. So you had a match with just 4 guys this morning. I don't know if it's been. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's included in your 3-on-3. So Bolton Oleg and Yano is your last matchup this week.
4-3.
4-3. You think that's an easy win?
Probably,
yeah. For us, starting with, let's see, what was the first match of this one? Oh yeah, starting with the Bullet Club match. The wear and tear of the tournament's really starting to show, especially on Shingo. Honestly, on both guys, Yota Tsuji has some obvious bruising up around his pec. There may be a tear there. And Shingo's been wrapping his elbow the last few matches, so that it's looking rough. And then we lost to the Bullet Club, but it was the kind of loss I can't really be mad about because Kenta and Chase Owens, a more established, probably better tag team, had to cheat to beat us. So, I mean, that just shows how strong Shingo and Yota have become as a unit. And then the last 2 matches against Newman and Cobb and against Oiwa and ZSJ were just incredible matches. really great matches. So we have Hamino this week. We need to take care of them. But yeah, really, really good matches with Newman and Cobb and with Oyu and ZSJ. We're right there at the top of the block. I think a win against Shota Umino and Tomoaki Hanma that puts us at 10 points. And if I don't know who Bishamon and the War Dogs are facing, as long as they have already faced each other, they could both lose, and we could end up with a top spot in the A block. So we'll see how that breaks down. On to Dynamite, more tournament action. We start with your pick, Mark Briscoe. Taking a loss to Shelton Benjamin. What do you think of this match?
It's okay. I'll take a loss to Shelton Benjamin. It's not.
He's the hot hand right now.
It's not it's not like a terrible loss because of what it represents. Mm-hmm. He's new to the company, so less scouting tape.
He's been doing great preseason. You know what I mean? It was really good. So like it makes sense. Briscoe kind of on a downward spiral after losing the Ring of Honor title. So I could see it.
He'll bounce back. Give him a chair. He'll bounce back.
We also saw Claudio beat Ricochet in what was a pretty fun match, and Brody King beat Darby Allin. So a very beat up Darby Allin because Darby Allin put himself through a car crash.
Darby, I don't think he'll ever beat Brody. I think it'll be just that one person he just can't get over.
Well, he's definitely not going to beat Brody just days after purposefully crashing a car.
That's not important. If he didn't want to win, he shouldn't have done that.
Exactly. It's a bad move right before a tournament like this. Also on Dynamite, Jay White left laid out like Peter Griffin at the bottom of the stairs by the Death Riders.
Stuck in an oil spill.
Yeah.
But thrown off of a scaffold by Big Show.
I saw someone draw the way he was laid out, but he was in a glue trap, like for mice.
Like Goku in the crater.
Yeah. What do you think of this whole Jay White Hangman Mox situation? Christian Cage looming.
I don't know where it's gonna go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. We'll see where it goes. What do you think of the whole Camille quitting on Mercedes thing, and then mysteriously being attacked? I think on Rampage. And you're just writing Camille out of this. It just didn't work. So
she's gone. She gone. I think she kind of butted heads backstage people, especially Mercedes, just with being who she is, I guess. So. Mm-hmm. Did you see she offered free prayers at a fan convention with her husband?
Sounds annoying. Who's her husband? Is it a wrestler or is it?
It's a wrestler.
Is she with Tom Latimer?
I think so. I think she might be with Bram, who has
NWA World Champion.
Probably re-signed with AEW at this point in time. TNA at this point in time for the 15th time. Conan criticized her booking, so that means she's going AAA. Yeah. He said where she's going.
And then Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly to compete in the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal, which will be tonight as we're recording this.
I mean, there of course, yeah. I don't think that either of them should win it. Maybe Kyle should get it, but
Cole shouldn't yet. Kyle could.
Kyle could. What I really want to be is a guy who has nothing to do with the story, and Cole is the last two, and Cole gets knocked out.
Okay. Let's see. I have the people who are in it down here. Lance Archer, Kyle O'Reilly, Brian Cage, Adam Cole, Mark Davis, and Commander have been announced, and then there will be 6 more spots.
Why should Mark Davis not win this?
Just because of the storyline. I mean, the only argument is the current storyline with that kind of crop of Ring of Honor guys.
But think about how the story could be heightened by a guy who's unaffiliated with the story winning the match. Mm-hmm. MJF thinks he's got the spring breeze down. He's not facing anybody who's gonna cheat, fight him.
But the beast like Mark Davis, yeah.
And then one of them, i.e. Kyle O'Reilly, Adam Cole, somebody cost Max the title out of the ring. Do you see the vision?
Maybe. We'll see how it goes. It'd be interesting to see who those other 6 people are. That might maybe inform me better on what I want to see. From Collision, we had Will Ospreay defeated Juice. Ospreay is my guy in this tournament. Really happy with this win. I think Juice got hurt, so that's always unfortunate, but, it's part of the game, and may have helped us with this win, especially because Ospreay was not looking great going into it. I mean, he's kinesiotaped out of his mind. Really, really concerned with our chances of winning this, but I think just the pedigree of who Ospreay is can take him far. In this tournament, he's just got that instinct, and that's what I like to see. It was a great match with Juice, hard-hitting match, but I liked it. Fletcher defeats the Beast Mortos. I think that was kind of a predictable one. Yeah. And then, did you expect Okada and Garcia to tie?
No, but it kind of forged the agenda of Okada not winning the tournament.
So I, just for my own fun, predicted every C2 match.
Of course you would.
And I predicted this tie. Not even kidding. I went 3-3 this week. And one of the three I got right were I had Claudio over Ricochet, I had Garcia and Okada tying, and I had Fletcher over Mortos.
All right, Mr. Betting Props, we get it. You got this. Woo la di da.
So I predicted Okada and Garcia to tie. I just because of the championship of it all, because Garcia just won the TNT title. I didn't think either champion would beat each other. Breaking news?
An image of Sean Daivari being yoked.
Oh.
Look at this. Look at this.
Wow. Breaking news. Sean
Daivari is jacked to the gills.
And then a great match from Collision that shouldn't have been as good as it was. Mystico and Private Party versus MXM Collection and Johnny TV. Really good.
You're saying that like it should have been. It's got Mystico in it, man.
Yeah. Yeah, but it was like actually a great match.
Mystico and proper lighting, that match at minimum was a 3.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so that was it. And anything else from AEW TV you want to touch on? Or all right, let's go on to
I guess Harley Graham.
Harley Graham, that was fun. That was funny. On to Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Okay, so this year's Survivor Series War Games from the Rogers Center in Vancouver, British Columbia. We started with the women's War Game match. Rhea's outfit was insane.
It was.
But I fully believe it's something that her or Buddy Matthews just already had in their closet. Like that mask.
Well, shit, you gotta be in House of Black somehow.
Yeah. Like that just, she was like, hey, can I look through your House of Black masks?
Rhea is Rhea is the first House of Black affiliate in WWE.
Yeah.
Because she'd fit right in.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everybody is talking about Rhea's outfit. Even like the not real wrestling fans that I know who like just follow Rhea and Roman.
It was an awesome outfit.
It was. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm saying it was. Yeah. It was just, a little observation there.
Yeah. Well, actually, another kind of casual fan observation. So my brother, he's like, let's see, what year is it? He's he just turned 18 a little bit ago, and he has been kind of getting into WWE again, and he's been referring to this show as War Games, not as Survivor Series. Just kind of a casual fan observation.
Do you know what? I think society has moved on from the need of the traditional Survivor Series match.
Yeah, I kind of wanted one though. You know what I mean?
We got 2 rings in a cage. I don't need this hokey dokey elimination tag team stuff.
I don't know. I kind of like the tradition. Bold move starting the match with Nia Jax. A bold move that I do not think
historically big women in cages do well.
Yeah, but the strategy typically with War Games is to put the stamina people in there. So yeah. I thought it was good. Let's see, who did I predict? Because we predicted the first entrance.
I thought it'd be Tiffany.
I think I picked Candice.
I mean, it just makes sense. Just because they have the most stamina.
I thought Tiffany was going to want to go first, and Nia would have Candice go first to kind of play more into the Nia-Tiffany stuff of it all. And then on the other side, we both picked wrong. You picked Io, I picked Bianca. I think it was Bayley that started with Nia.
That's fair.
So yeah, that was kind of a bold move that I don't think really paid off. The toilet seat thing. Can we talk about the toilet seat?
I guess.
That was why. It was kind of. I just didn't get it.
Let me ask you another question. Why Nia Jax in general?
Yeah, that's a. You know what? Great point.
The
Speaking of which, Nia. One of my notes here is Nia Jax swinging the weakest chair shot I've ever seen.
Big women in
just
wrestling
barely patting someone.
Good. Big women in wrestling who are good at wrestling is a lost art.
Mm-hmm.
We society clamors for Nia Jax to be removed and to just pluck Aja Kong and Bull Nakano out of the 90s.
Chris Statlander's pretty huge.
She's not like
she's tall. She's just tall.
She's tall.
Yeah, I mean she's jacked. But
Bull was like.
But you're talking about like big.
180 kilograms in 90. So like, that's what I mean.
Okay. What about Willow?
Yeah, Willow's there.
Willow's
She's pretty good.
Okay. It's a big match when Bianca starts whipping people with her hair.
Yes.
It's always a good.
That's like her Cena leg drop.
Mm-hmm. The funniest moment of the night was when Io Sky just came out of nowhere with a fire extinguisher.
She always
from
has,
out of frame.
She
just jumps in with a fire extinguisher.
Always has the random the best spot at night every War Games.
She honestly, Io Sky, Miss War Games.
Yeah, I'll say so.
Miss War Games. I don't know who Mr. War Games is. That's probably a tougher conversation. But Miss War Games, Io Sky.
I think Sammy can be Mr. War Games.
For WWE, it's either Sammy or Adam Cole. For all time, there's probably
Dusty.
somebody from WCW.
It's Dusty.
Dusty, yeah. Or I was gonna think maybe Sting. I don't know, but yeah. But yeah, this was a pretty regular War Games match. Still pretty good. Ripley got the pin on Morgan. I give this 3.25.
It's fair.
I think I wanted it to be better, but it still was solid. I can't ignore that it was solid. What did you think of it overall?
I thought for a War Games match it was just okay. No, it had its highs, had its lows, but
yeah, the trash can spot was awesome as always. I love that she had a custom trash can this time. It's just become part of her character.
it's her thing now.
She puts herself in a trash can and hurls herself off of tall structures.
Shane McMahon must have come up with the idea first that he would be doing that when he'd close the trash can.
Io Sky on her cage match training page. One of them's just Shane McMahon. Then we had LA Knight versus Nakamura. I like the storytelling in this match with Nakamura's kind of mind games affecting LA Knight. That being said, it wasn't great in the ring. It's kind of a wash Nakamura versus LA Knight, who's more of a character guy anyway.
Yeah.
So it was 3 stars. It was still pretty good. I love this.
Shinsuke will redeem himself.
What do you think of the choice for Shinsuke to take the U.S. title off night?
It makes sense.
Makes sense. Okay.
Would you rather have a beltless Shinsuke go over to Noah, or would you rather have Shinsuke with the U.S. title going over to Noah, doing on Oka Sasaki? Who knows?
Think he'll defend the U.S. title in that match?
I hope. I think even then,
does defending it make the winner too obvious?
I think the winner's pretty obvious already.
You think Shinsuke's going to win no matter what? Yeah.
He's
Okay.
He's still a bigger name in Japan. Oka Sasaki is like a second-year guy.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I don't really know the
coming back from he's from MMA, so it should be fun because if you get some more shoot style Nakamura back.
Yeah. A little bit of some hard hitting action.
That's what I'm waiting for. Somebody to drop on their neck.
Speaking of hard hitting action, next match was Braun Breaker, Sheamus, and Ludwig Kaiser.
I love everything Braun Breaker does.
This match
period.
Was awesome. This was awesome, hard hitting match. Just an insane spear. Just like every time Braun Breaker's in the ring. I gave this one 3 3/4.
Oh, dude, Braun Breaker's so good.
This was really good. Moving on to Gunther Priest. Gunther, I feel like he was starting to get his confidence back, and then Finn Balor interferes, takes out Priest, helped Gunther win. My question is, why are we still doing this? Solid match, bad finish, 4 stars. But why are we still doing the Finn Damien thing? Why is that not in the past? Why is that not in a Bad Blood?
I don't know.
Because
they need a match.
Yeah. But I guess it plays into Gunther still having confidence issues because he didn't beat Priest clean. He didn't beat Priest clean the first time. He didn't beat Cody. I guess it plays into the character a bit and where they're going with Gunther. And I don't know. It looks he's going to face Finn Balor at Saturday night's main event next week. So we'll see where he goes in the grand scheme of things. But that's the next one. Okay, I haven't seen anybody talking about this. Did you see the player intros for the Bloodline and the OG Bloodline before? That was the most cringe thing I've ever seen. That was in that made me less excited for this match. that actively took away from this match.
WWE's have the product for it. They want to be sports based so bad, but they'll never be sports based. And
No.
even AEW can't. They want to be sports based so bad. They said they'd be sports based so bad, but they haven't delivered that.
Yeah. I think mainstream pro wrestling in America just can't be sports based.
My sports based promotion so goddamn bad. Please.
Hey, I think the best we have is New Japan. Really, it's the most sports based.
No, not even New Japan. Well, listen,
it's the closest to sports based that works on a big level.
I just need the UWFI back. That's not in a way that's GLEAT.
So for me, just some notes here from the men's War Games. I know the whole point is that the OG Bloodline is not unified, but I would have loved to see like a pre-Bloodline era Uso Penitentiary entrance. Of course, they did the whole separate entrances and everything. I love that the toolbox has become Punk's signature weapon.
It's like Mick Foley's. It's like Mick Foley's car.
Yeah.
He went to the local hardware store, probably on like Kenzie Street, and bought himself a toolbox.
Mm-hmm. God Solo has an unbelievable ability to make anything less cool. Yes. He was the last entrant for his team, and I was really rocking with it, and then he got in the ring, and I was just like, he deflates you. He's a deflating wrestler. And then he tries to lock Roman out, but I'm like, does Solo not know that the cage doesn't have a roof? Is he aware? Like Roman can just climb in.
Maybe Roman's a fear of heights.
Well, he just climbs in anyway. Like Roman just climbed in perfectly fine. Like it didn't. I don't know. There was a spot in here with a spear where Solo was supposed to dodge it and Punk take it, and they sort of did that, but they kind of mistimed it. Solo went a little early on the dodge, and it made it look a little hokey. But
they need to remove Solo from the equation and put him back in the Performance Center and just give Jacob Fatu the Tribal Chief.
Well, I think The Rock's going to come back soon.
No.
Don't think so?
Nope. He is not in the plans.
Really?
Yep.
Is that like reported anywhere? Who by who?
Someone said.
Really? The Rock's not in the plans moving forward.
Yep.
So Rock's not going to be at WrestleMania.
Nope.
Okay, well that kind of hurts our next segment, but
coming back, going up a 3 and immediately leaving.
So that whole thing of Bad Blood really was just to make sure the Bloodline was the main event, and
Yeah.
CM Punk wasn't.
Yeah.
God, I'd be so bad if I was CM Punk. I get why he punches people, dude.
I understand why Jack Perry got choked out.
Mm-hmm. That was just years of pent up rage.
Both.
Jack Perry just had to be the wrong place, wrong time.
Both times. Legitimately, I could legitimately see how that Jack Perry just pent up rage, because he thought it'd be the alternative. He went there, kind of wasn't the alternative. He was promised.
Yeah.
He got pissed off. Poor Jack Perry. Well, not even poor Jack Perry, because I asked this question to my friends who hate CM Punk, who love Jack Perry. Legitimately, if CM Punk never chokes out Jack Perry, what is the landscape of professional wrestling right now? It's a really good question.
I feel like just because of the streak that he had, Punk still probably ends up at AEW pretty quickly.
Oh, no, I'm not saying it's going to be an AEW, yeah, but where's Jack Perry end up? Where does the Elite end up? Where does Okada end up?
What is R-Truth doing?
I mean, that's always a good question.
There's like a ripple effect where somehow that doesn't happen and R-Truth ends up in the Elite.
R-Truth just kind of wanders into Dynamite.
Yeah. One of my notes here is, Bronson, you are too meaty to be doing this. I wrote that as he was climbing the cage, and then I wrote he just broke something for sure. Turns out I was right.
Listen,
he Adam Copeland himself. I watched it in Double or Nothing. I saw it again.
The Macho Man Randy Savage cage bump claims another victim.
Yeah, I saw one of those "you can kill the man but not the idea" posts with Adam Copeland and Bronson Reed.
we need to do that with Randy Savage.
Yeah, I don't think enough people know about the Randy Savage one.
You know what the funny part is? He's the only one who didn't absolutely break his leg on that.
Yeah, because he's a beast of a man. He's unbreakable.
You got that steel toe boots on.
Yeah.
That's why.
Great match. I loved the team up finish where everybody hit their finish on super kicks and haluva kicks and GTS and spear on Solo. I give the match 4.5 stars. I think this was match of the night. I thought it was really good. And then Roman and Punk adhered to the code of honor after the match. I really liked that. I don't know. What did you think of the War Games overall as a whole?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good.
Okay.
I thought it was better than the women's one, but it's still there's room for improvement.
It was much
there.
better than the women's one.
Well, yeah, it was, but there's
This
room
was
for
match of
improvement
the
still.
night. Room for improvement. Yeah, absolutely. Now, for WrestleMania next year, right? I kind of wanted you to think about this. I kind of want to put together like our 12 to 14 matches that I think we want to that we think maybe we want to see at WrestleMania. I think a lot of my planning this past week, as I've been thinking about this, was hinging on The Rock being there. But if you're telling me The Rock's not going to be there, that is going to significantly change things. So, with this, where do you want to start?
Guess we'll start with going through the card, opener to close.
Well, you want? I just mean like we don't have to put them in any order. Just what are the 12 to 14 matches? So like, I guess I could go through what happened at Survivor Series and see where the big players, what we think the big players might be doing.
Right.
You want to do that?
Yeah, sure.
Start that way. Okay, so first the Women's War Games. Are we gonna get Rhea Liv at WrestleMania final blow off?
Yeah, probably.
So
I would say
it's gonna be Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley
defending the women's title versus Rhea Ripley.
Yep. Unless they do like a curveball.
Mm-hmm. So, I guess that makes me wonder who wins the Women's Rumble. Does
Julia?
Well, here's
Comes.
Personally, I want it to be Roxanne winning from NXT because no one's won from NXT before, and I want to see kind of what I want to happen by then.
Roxanne.
I want Tiffany to cash in. Roxanne wins the Rumble. Roxanne Tiffany.
Come January. All right, here we go. All right.
What if Tiffany cashes in? No, Nia wouldn't be in the Rumble. Never mind.
Tiffany cashes in
At the Rumble?
the Rumble.
Okay.
Nia is in the Rumble.
Tiffany cashes in at the Rumble. Nia comes in as like number 30 at the Rumble or late in the Rumble.
Yeah. She doesn't win it. Well, I'll go with Roxanne. Winning it.
So we want to go Tiffany versus Roxanne for
Yeah.
the WWE Women's Championship? Okay.
I think at this point in time, the women's tag title will probably be Julia and Stephanie versus...
You think Julia and Stephanie will have the women's tag titles?
They'll be challenging for it.
Okay, versus Bianca and Jade, or...
Yeah, probably still, because they're... When are they going to lose?
Well, because, like...
The Rumble?
Especially because, like, Jade's out right now.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So,
but apparently that's not legit. I think I was right last week. I think they took her out of that match because they didn't think she was ready for War Games.
Why even... okay, whatever.
I don't know.
I think... Yeah, because if it was legit, it would be a tournament. So, yeah. All right, never mind. You're right. Yeah. So, as I think Julia and Steph are going to jump off from NXT in January.
So, Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill
versus Julia and Steph.
Versus Julia and Stephanie McCurr.
Yeah.
All right.
I
think that's kind of. I think that kind of wraps up everything from the Women's War Games, unless we want to add some other people in later.
Probably will.
U.S. title. Nakamura will probably still be champion. I think we can assume. We'll assume that at this point. From SmackDown, challengers could include Carmelo Hayes, could include Andrade, Santos Escobar, LA Knight.
I'd bet that
Carmelo Hayes WrestleMania moment.
Carmelo Hayes, yeah. Or worst case scenario, it's LA Knight. It's Shinsuke still, but LA Knight again because they mess up the match in Noah and Shinsuke shoot.
This is our dream card. This doesn't necessarily have to be what we think's going to happen, right?
Oh, well then never mind. Julia and Stephanie Vaquer as a tag team.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, like, be realistic.
That one-on-one is realistic.
Yeah, but not at this. No, not at this stage. But I was going to say Shinsuke, Carmelo, Andrade, LA Knight, Santos ladder match.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I like that.
Is there somebody else we could throw in there? Santos Escobar, Andrade.
If that match in Noah turns out to be like a really good match, and it's for the US title, I could see him kind of messing around and getting Uncle Sasaki on the card in Mania. I could see it if it's a good match.
This is WrestleMania.
It'd be fun.
I haven't even heard of that guy, so no, it's just not. That's just not going to happen. I'm trying to think maybe a sixth guy we could throw into that ladder match. Jacob.
Yeah, it'd be fun. You totally win it, but it'd be fun.
Jacob Fatu in the U.S. title ladder match.
And he should win it.
Okay.
He should, if he's in it.
So I guess next would be IC title. Do we think Braun Breaker will still be champion by then?
Yep.
I think this one might be Braun Breaker versus Sheamus, straight up. And I think this is where Sheamus finally wins the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. That brings us to Men's War Games. This is where it's going to get interesting. I want to start. What's Roman Reigns going to be doing at WrestleMania? Is it Roman Solo one-on-one? Because my thought was going to be Roman Rock, but now I don't know what to think.
Yeah, I think it's going to be Roman Solo.
Okay.
And The Rock shows up at the end of it and holds up a 2.
What will CM Punk Rollins?
Yep.
Okay. And then here's where I'm going to make a prediction. I think at Saturday night's main event, Kevin Owens is going to win the WWE title. And I think we skipped over Gunther Priest, but we can come back to that. I think Sammy's going to win, or I think Kevin Owens is going to win the WWE title, and I think Sami Zayn is going to win the Royal Rumble. So what would you think of Kevin Owens as champion versus Sami Zayn at WrestleMania for the WWE title?
I could see it.
Okay. While we're here, Gunther will still be world champion, I will assume.
Yes.
Who's going to challenge Gunther? Could it be Cody Rhodes? Could it be Drew McIntyre?
Do you think they'd have enough time? Because they have a history of just being
to
good
let Gunther and Drew wrestle each other for an hour and a half?
Yeah.
Yes, I think they have enough time to do that.
No, they have the time to build up Ilya Dragunov as like a serious contender.
No, only because he's hurt and I don't know when he'll be back.
Right, okay. Because if they have enough time, I think...
Because if he's not back till like February, I don't know if they'll have
the
time to bone him.
But if he's back by the Rumble, there's no reason why I don't think he could win the Rumble.
So, okay. Gunther versus...
Winning the Rumble by itself is a star-making thing.
And that would make more sense if Kevin called out Sammy than Sammy winning the Rumble and calling out Kevin.
Yes.
Let's say Gunther versus Ilya or Drew as the injury replacement.
Yes.
Okay.
If Ilya's back by the Rumble, he'll win the Rumble. He'll get a lot of eliminations. He'll be the Iron. He'll come in at like 5, win the Rumble. We'll get like 15, like not 15,
but like I don't know, like 8 eliminations.
Yeah, 8 eliminations. Yeah.
Okay, so we have 9 matches so far. We do let's see. Let's just get out of the way real quick. John Cena, what's he doing at WrestleMania?
Putting somebody
Cody
young
Rhodes
over.
or Randy Orton?
Putting somebody young over.
Putting somebody young over? I don't know. I think we're going to get Cena. I think it should be Cena Orton. They've never wrestled each other one-on-one at Mania. That match has never happened one-on-one at WrestleMania.
I don't think they will. I don't see it. I don't think John Cena's going to do that. Because look at his most recent Mania matches. They've been in Solo and Austin.
Like, this is the last one. This has
you don't
to be
think
big.
Cena's going to be that kind of guy to go out putting somebody over? I think he'll want to put somebody over is the issue.
Okay. So do you think we get Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton?
Yeah, because that's a Mania level match.
Yeah, and there's history there. So it's John Cena versus who? Who is somebody pretty young that Cena could put over?
I'd say somebody that's currently in NXT who gets called up, who they think John Evans.
No, John Evans won't be called up by Mania.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, no, I know.
I think the only people who could be are Oba or Trick.
I'll just say Oba.
It could be Gable. Cena Gable.
It could be.
Cena Dom.
It kind of depends who they kind of have pegged as like the future.
Mm-hmm. John Cena Dominic Mysterio would actually be like such an interesting rivalry. I think that'd be kind of incredible. Let me see who else is on here. Andy Young. I'm just scrolling through the roster page right now, trying to decide. I don't know. I think Cena Dom might be the best one for like a young guy for him to put over, and the whole Rey Mysterio of it all. I don't know. Is there anybody else that comes to mind? Pete Dunne.
No, I guess because I can't think of anybody. I guess we can do Cena Orton. I'd be like that's like Plan B for me.
Yeah, but I feel like Cody Orton's such a big spot that I honestly think Cena and Dominic could be a great program. Don't you? I mean, what would you think of that? Cena. I mean, just picture the Cena promos on a guy like Dominic.
Yeah,
on a kid like Dominic, and just
and then the
here's the thing.
nuclear heat when Dom wins.
No one's gonna get more cheers next year than John Cena, and no one's gonna get more boos next year than Dominic Mysterio.
Yeah.
So I think we go John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio as our match here. So that puts us at 11 matches, and we have not addressed either set of tag team titles. We've done the women's, but not either of the men's sets tag titles.
Oh hell yeah! It's just like that's like the real WWE.
So we have, I would say, max 3 matches that we could throw on here. Let me make sure there's no other. I think we did. I think for now we're gonna leave the women's Intercontinental and women's US titles off of this because we have really no idea where those are going. As of right now, do you think that's fair?
Yeah.
All right. We did all 4 main titles. So yeah, so is there a team? So the Machine Guns that'll be the champions at that point. I think the MCMG will still be tag champions. Do you think it's DIY in a big match? Do you think it's
not really DIY?
Street Profits? Do you think it's
Usos?
That's incredible. You couldn't have. Yeah, you've done great work. And then I'm gonna make a bold prediction. I think the New Day will be tag team champions again by WrestleMania.
Probably.
They'll have the Judgment Day's belts. So who's the babyface team that they would go up against? Could it be Big E and a tag partner? Like maybe Big E and another large tag partner? Maybe who hasn't made their main roster debut yet.
If Big E
walks kind of fun.
Bet.
Former NXT North American champion.
Femi. He's a heel though. He works better as a heel.
He can work babyface. With Big E.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know. What else could you see happening? I mean, think about the tag division on Raw.
You don't think Javon will get called up, but Big E Javon would be a really fun tag team.
Yes, that would be an incredible tag team. I'm just trying to think who else. I mean, think about the Raw tag division. You're done. That's it. You've already thought about all. Like, you know what I mean?
That's the issue.
It's almost nothing. Could be an Uncle Howdy spot. Because the New Day turned on their family, and that kind of seems like the kind of thing that Uncle Howdy targets.
That could be it. It could be, I'd probably say Gacy.
Ray and Dragon Lee. Also could be a good pick.
Yeah. I guess, I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know if Tyler Bate will be back by then. I don't know. I just don't see the Wyatt Six as like a group that's going to go after titles, though, is the thing.
Yeah, they're going to be too popular until for that to not go after a title at least once.
Character-wise, don't think their goals seem beyond titles. You know what I mean?
When has WWE ever cared about the character for that long?
I think just Undertaker, honestly.
There you go.
So just Undertaker.
They'll go for titles. They'll go for a title.
So which two? Oh, it could be the Viking Raiders also, or the War Raiders.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be probably Gacy and Dexter Lumis.
Gacy and Lumis. We can go with that. I do like the idea. I do like my idea though for it to be Big E and Opafemi versus the Big E and Opafemi as their new tag team name, Big Meaty Men, and they take out the New Day, or they face the New Day. That puts us at 13 matches. Some notable people who we haven't put in a match yet. Let's see. Let me take this back to all current superstars. AJ hurt, so we don't really know what's going on there. The Street Profits, Becky Lynch, Bronson Reed, who we don't know when he'll be back. Gable, Chelsea Green, Charlotte Flair. We don't have a match for Priest. We don't have a match for Drew. Finn Balor, Grayson Waller. I don't know what else.
I think Drew was for those guys. We just have to wait it out.
Drew we have in our injury reserve spot for Ilya. We don't have anything for DIY, the Creeds. We don't. Yeah, I don't know. Is there anybody else you would want to? What about like Logan Paul, Bad Bunny? Do you think we get a celebrity match of some sort?
I guess Logan Paul will probably be there. I don't know what he'll be doing, but he'll be there.
Just to round out this card, just for the hell of it, Logan Paul versus Opafemi will be our last match on our card. So here's the card we've put together in no particular order. Liv Morgan versus Rhea. Tiffany Stratton versus Roxanne Perez. Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill versus Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. Shinsuke defending the U.S. title in a ladder match against Carmelo Hayes, LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Andrade, and Jacob Fatu. Braun Breaker versus Sheamus for the IC title. Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa. CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton. John Cena versus Dominic Mysterio. The Motor City Machine Guns versus the Usos for the tag titles. The New Day versus Joe Gacy and Dexter Lumis for the other tag titles. Logan Paul versus Opafemi. And then our two title matches, Kevin Owens versus Sammy for the WWE title. Gunther versus Ilya or Drew McIntyre for the heavyweight title. Pretty good card.
Yeah.
Pretty good card. Next up, I just want to say that next week we will be announcing the nominees for the for the doggies,
The
which is our end-of-year award
2024
show.
doggies.
The 2024
The
doggies.
2023 edition is Lost Media.
Yeah. The 2024 doggies. So we'll see where that. So we'll announce nominees next week. So now tape up the light tubes, take the door off its hinges. It's time for Shane's GCW corner.
I guess we got to start with the Ricky Stark stuff, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. It's the biggest thing that happened.
So, as I said last time we did a podcast, Ricky Starks came back to GCW at Dream On, and he came down the aisle, came down the escalator with the Louis Vuitton bag. Such a great entrance. It sucks because Effie said on his podcast 2 weeks ago, before they got booked, about some stuff about Shahid Khan and Tony Khan and AEW and Hammerstein.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff he probably shouldn't have said, but you know what? As Brett Lauderdale said, he's an independent wrestler. It's not just GCW's word; it's his word. So, but because of that, AEW is apparently pulled out of any and all talent relationships with GCW. Which sadly means that Blake Christian is no longer AEW Ring of Honor wrestler because he's still showing up at GCW shows.
Huh.
Which is I thought would be the opposite.
Yeah. What else is what else all happened there?
So they pulled Ricky out of the 2 dates. 3 dates actually. He was gonna be in LA, Seattle, and Hammerstein. They've announced the replacement for LA, and it's the funniest option. It's Effie. So that'll be funny. Matt Cardona played it off as a character role, so I think they're gonna play it off as Swift Cardona, being like the one who wrote him out.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't know where we go from here. Because a lot of people say that the GCW needs AEW talent. They don't. They really don't. I don't think they should be running Hammerstein again, personally. I think it's just I think right now it's just they're not hot enough as they were in 2022. And it's the step above where they should be going. I think the 2300 Arena should be where they go instead of Hammerstein. It's the ECW vibe. They'll sell more in Philly, and they'll do more in Philly than they'll do in New York.
Wasn't GCW just in New York too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This weekend.
Yeah. So.
I don't know. However, the Hammerstein card looks very, very fun. Very fun. Let me tell you about some guys who were announced that I think you'll enjoy. Little Guido.
Love it.
Tajiri.
Awesome.
Super crazy.
Triple threat.
Three-way dance.
Three-way dance.
Run it back. Masato Tanaka.
Dude, they're just booking an ECW card from 1999.
And do you have a problem with that? Because I sure as hell don't.
No, I don't. This is awesome.
And then I think who they're going to have him face is a tall guy who can do some crazy moves, who does hardcore stuff. That sounds familiar, don't it? Kind of like they're going to run back Mike Awesome and Masato Tanaka with Matthew Justice.
That'd be cool. That would be cool.
Mansoor will take on whoever wins, Ali or Effie. In that match. That'll be the main event. The Garbage Daddies bounces forever for the tag titles.
He put the straps on the Garbage Daddies.
It's
time.
bounces forever, great run. Over a year, I think longest reigning. Definitely, they have done all they can do. It's time for the Garbage Daddies to do their business. And then a match that would make Kendo tear up in joy. Sidney Akeem will take on El Hijo del Vikingo.
That is
for the flippy flip challenge.
The flippy shit Olympics.
He should be. I mean,
Yeah.
throw Blake Christian in that. Show him why his flips aren't as good as their flips. I know what it is. I went back and watched that kendo match.
Yeah.
It's the smoothness, the fluidity.
Okay, the fluidity, yeah.
Of it. Of Blake Christian, it kind of feels forced.
Okay.
With Lucha guys, it somehow
With
doesn't.
kendo, it's just magic.
I can't make it. I can't explain it, man.
Yeah. Anything else from GCW?
I got anything else. I'll have more next week to get more into.
So Rhino was announced for a show.
Rhino for Rochester.
Yep.
Fun.
Yep.
Rochester is a really great poster of the city skyline, and it's Mance Warner's promo picture of him just staring 100-yard stare into the camera. Pretty good poster.
Speaking of posters, did you see the terrible poster for Elimination Chamber?
I sure did.
Do they only have one picture of CM Punk?
Yes.
They can't make it. Do you remember
that
when wrestling posters?
That cunty CM Punk picture.
Do you remember when wrestling posters they take a new picture of a guy for the poster instead of just the same render they have?
Yeah.
All right, on to the favorite things of the week.
Sure.
All right, so of course this is where Shane gives out the gold, silver, and bronze handshake. I give out the gold, silver, and bronze hot dog to our favorite things we saw this week. So Shane, starting off as always, what got the bronze handshake this week?
The bronze handshake's going to go to...
Had some fun stuff. C2.
We did, and that's the problem.
World Tag
I'm gonna
League,
give it.
Survivor Series.
I'm gonna give it to Okada Dan Garcia.
Okada versus Garcia.
Yep.
That one, honorable mention, almost made my list. But then last night I watched Yota Tsuji and Shingo Takagi versus Jeff Cobb and Callum Newman, and that match was awesome. So that's getting my bronze hot dog. It was so good.
My silver is gonna be the World Tag League from this past week.
Just the whole
thing, the whole shebang.
Okay.
It was my gold for most of the week.
Yeah.
But then Survivor Series came along and changed that.
My silver is going to go to Gunther and Priest.
Sure.
Really good storytelling in their match. Really enjoyed that. So I think I'm going to go with them for the silver. And then what's your goal?
My goal is another full week thing. It's Braun Breaker's full week.
Braun Breaker's week.
Because legitimately, the week started with him running full speed into a commentary table.
Yeah,
chest first.
Yep.
That he was always gonna get in there, and then the match he had on Saturday has put him over the top.
Yeah, I think mine's got to be the men's War Games. I love the whole thing. I love Roman teaming back up with the Usos and Sammy. I love Punk back from his Saudi-bbatical. I loved the OG Bloodlines involvement except for Solo Sikoa. Great match. Really enjoyed it. The finish was awesome.
Yeah, the War to beat it
and
this
plus,
year. The War Games matches just weren't up to my level, I guess.
Bronson Reed didn't obliterate his ankles for me to put this anywhere below gold.
You're right. Yeah.
So I'm going to go with that for my gold. On to the lightning round. We will start with tonight's. Oh, if you're new here, the lightning round is where I tell Shane what matches we're going to see this week, and he gives me his excitement level on a scale of 1 to 10. So we're going to start here on Dynamite. First, we have Penelope Ford versus Anna Jay.
You know, I will
Anna Jay.
ride or die for Joshi Wrestling, and this is known. However, Anna Jay, since she came back, has kind of fallen into that AEW stuff that she used to be before Stardom. I'll give it a 6.
Okay. In the C2, we have Shelton Benjamin versus Kyle Fletcher.
Dude, any Shelton Benjamin match is at least an 8.
Yeah. Hey, Fletcher's been good. Fletcher's
been good too.
So just something I've noticed. He's built like a giant baby. He looks like a giant baby.
Can we get him against Jonathan Gresham?
Kyle Fletcher I don't know. It was I was watching his match with Moros, and I was like, this man's just a giant baby.
Jonathan
I think
Gresham.
The no hair, he's not like super ripped. Like I feel like he used to be more ripped, like in New Japan. He used to be skinnier. He's put on some weight. He just looks like a giant baby to me.
Baby want a bottle? Baby want a bottle? Is this college going? Oi, yes, bruv, oi, bruv, oi.
Swerve Strickland versus Max Caster. I think this is just going to be a vehicle to continue the Acclaim story, just the breakup story, and we'll get Bowens single run soon.
I hope those were thuds. I hope those were very loud thuds.
Yeah. So 3 thuds out of 10?
Yeah, 3 thuds.
What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. I really want a Bowen singles run where he's still managed by Billy Gunn.
I do too. I agree.
I think that'd just be a lot of fun. What about Pac versus Jay White? This might be a 10. I think this is a 10.
This is going to be up. I'm going to give it a 10, but not the 10 of the week for now.
Our certified sirloin beefsteak match. Claudio Castagnoli versus Brody King. C2 action.
There's your 10 of the week.
There's your 10 of the week.
There's your 10 of the week.
All right. And then the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal. As I said earlier, the 6 announced participants, Lance Archer, Kyle O'Reilly, Brian Cage, Adam Cole, Mark Davis, Commander.
A 7.
7?
I feel like we've gone past the need for that kind of match. So
yeah, it's just a fun Battle Royal. At the end of the year, every year. On Collision, we have Emi Sakura versus Mina Shirakawa.
Okay.
Another 10?
As I said, I will defend Joshi till the day I die. I'll give that an 8.
Okay. And then we have Serena Deeb versus Willow Nightingale, part of the International Women's Cup. Winner faces Jamie Hayter, I believe, next Collision?
Next Collision, so Thursday.
Yeah. Where
in St. Louis.
Yeah.
I'll give it an 8 too.
Okay.
I'm not the biggest fan of Serena Deeb, but anything Willow does is magic. So
next week on Raw, a Raw I will be in attendance for.
Ooh, la-di-da-di-da.
We have the Final Testament, Karrion Kross and AOP teaming with The Miz against the 4 male members of the White Six.
Dude, you're getting the crappiest match I've ever seen.
Okay, you know what's really funny?
What?
The last Raw I went to ended with Dexter Lumis costing The Miz a U.S. title cage match and then carrying him off. And this is Dexter Lumis versus The Miz again.
You went to the
Miz Bobby cage match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was in Kansas City. I went to that.
Dude.
So what do you out of 10 for this one?
Of 2.
Okay.
I'm not looking that match to stink.
Raquel Rodriguez versus Rhea Ripley.
A 6.
Okay. Lyra Valkyria versus Zelina Vega versus Ivy Nile Women's IC Tournament.
Another 6.
Yeah, I was really hoping we would get the Dakota Kai match in Kansas City, but they opened with that this week.
Yeah.
So then the rest of the matches, I was like, I'm not really loving any of the other options.
Wait, is it KC or is it in Wichita?
Or Wichita, sorry, not KC. I said I meant Wichita, yeah. But yeah, so I don't know. That one was the one where I was like, I'm really into all 3 of these people. I love Casey Catanzaro. I love Shayna Baszler, and I love Dakota Kai. So that's
I would agree. Plus, the right person won that one.
Yep. 10 of the week you said was Claudio Brody. I think I'm gonna go Pac Jay White.
The best women's match will be Mina against Emi. So.
Oh yeah, it will be great. Match recommendation of the week. Oh no, we completely skipped over Raw. We forgot to go talk about Raw.
We have to.
I think Punk and Rollins.
I didn't watch it.
Punk and Rollins had a great segment. And we talked a little bit about it when we were doing our WrestleMania thing. The New Day turns on Big E. What did you think of that segment?
Oh yeah,
it was a heart-wrenching segment.
That. We should talk about that. You don't want to. Gonna hate me for this. It was the right move.
Yeah, it was really
the
good.
Right move.
Everybody was expecting the breakup. They swerved us perfectly.
It revitalizes the New Day.
Mm-hmm.
Big E. It definitely brings me to thinking that Big E's coming back for sure.
Like
now.
I said, off of that one segment alone, I now think the New Day will be tag champions by the time we get to WrestleMania.
That being said, total heartbreaker.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, dude. And Kobe Kingston does not understand the change in sports sciences, but also he brought up Edge for coming back.
Yeah, a little Edge name drop.
Edge, you know how long it took Edge to come back from his broken neck?
Almost 9 years.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steve Austin was like 3 months, though. He was on that one. Kurt Angle
won the gold medal
with a broken freaking neck.
Akira Hokuto wrestled 2 falls of a 2 out of 3 falls after a broken neck, holding it the entire time. Mm-hmm. So what the hell, Big E?
Yeah. And then Jey Uso was attacked. We had Seth versus Sammy, and then Drew returned and attacked Sammy. What do you think of that whole bit?
Interested to see where this goes if so true.
Mm-hmm. I think this sets up Drew Sammy for
Saturday
Night's main event or the Rumble in a singles match. Either one. Or the next Saturday night.
Are you sure they can't get a guy from Noah for Saturday's main event because Luke was on commentary for that show?
For Saturday's main event, maybe. Yes.
Maybe
we get somebody from Noah.
I'd pay such good money
for WrestleMania. No.
Kaito Kiyomiya coming to like Saturday's main event.
Ilya was there, dude. If only
Don't threaten me for good time and not give me it.
Kiyomiya and Chad Gable Saturday night.
Oh, dude, that'd be so good.
That'd be so sick. That's a match for the.
If you excuse me, I have a match to go book in TW.
Yeah. All right. So for our match recommendation of the week, as I was about to close the show like we normally do, so we just remembered we need to do a quick Raw recap. Big week for the Usos. Big week for the New Day. So I think we should send people back to Hell in a Cell 2017, Usos New Day. This was Woods and Big E. It's probably the best tag cell we've seen. It was a really good match, so we'll get that. As far as classic reviews, we just put out the Survivor Series 97 review. There won't be one this week, but the next one we will be doing in next week will be TNA Final Resolution 2009. Go back 15 years to a Final Resolution as we close out 2024. Anything else that we think needs touched on, Shane? Anything we missed? All right. Well, thank you, everyone, for listening. And remember, just enjoy wrestling.